Welcome in, Sag. What is good? Let's see what's going on. For my beautiful Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, taking what resonates, leaving the rest. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below. All that good stuff. Resilience. Okay, so this is something that 21, as I looked up, and this is a 21 card, so you could be seeing a lot of threes, 333, but you're mastering something. Ascendant Master 33, Christ consciousness. You've been really tested in the past, Sag. Okay, I feel like you've been carrying a lot of burdens, but um, it's also giving me that you've gone through a lot, right? Like, when you hear your testimony is going to be or your mess is your message, your testimony is going to be your message, kind of sayings, okay? It's whatever that you've been through in the past is now you carry it, but you're not carrying it as the weight, as burden. You're carrying it as roots. You're carrying it as wisdom, 111. You're carrying it as a new beginning. You're going into something with the experience of the past, but with fresh eyes of never experiencing whatever's coming towards you. And that's the beauty of it. You're finding the beauty in the small things. You're finding beauty in the ordinary. 2120. So there's something that's coming into perspective. Like I'm getting narrowed belief. So you're zooming in on something that you didn't see was there. You're recognizing something that within yourself, Sag. You're recognizing this within yourself. You're recognizing how beautiful you are, how resilient you are, that there's beauty in being resilient in a world that teaches you, programs you, narrates for you, that tries to show you the already paved path. Yeah, as I say, that resilience. Number 25. And I look up, it was 225 on the clock. So 7 could be significant, but there's resistance. Okay, 7 chakra, 7 sisters, a line in the star, 7 planets in our solar system. So you are not from this world, but I feel like you could have French manicure tips that could be significant. Okay, the unexpected, see another 7. Okay, so you could be seeing a lot of sevens, but something regarding 7. So you're aligning um, root to crown chakra. You're going through, or you've been through, and you've attained this alignment, but there's always going to be resistance because you're a starseed. You're not from Earth, right? You don't have like HR blood. You're not from Earth. Your soul is a divine being. It's a sentient being. You come from another planet. You see this portal here, okay? So you could be astral projecting. Something, yeah, something's going to happen out of the blue. Something's going to start blossoming. 33 again, as I picked up in the beginning, you could be seeing a lot of threes. But you could be astral projecting in your sleep and waking up really tired. I don't know why I'm getting that. But you're in this, where you are right now in this present moment, like it depends where you are in the timeline. Position yourself, okay? But you're seeing the beauty as to why certain things had to happen. Let me check my mic, make sure it's still on. Okay. You're seeing the beauty as to why everything had to happen for you, Sag. I really hope that this is recording because I've been charging that adapter overnight and I'm going to snap if it wasn't. Okay. Never really snap, but I'm going to be upset, right? It's just my over dramatic expression, but really super chill. Okay, let's see. Resilience. Let's get more on resilience. Yeah, because there's always going to be resilience, resistance, resilience, and resistance. Okay. And you're the beauty that keeps going. That's what they can't understand about you, Sag. How do you keep going? How do you keep progressing forward? They keep putting more on your back. They keep putting more on your back. But yet, here you are discovering new truths, seeing the beauty in the situation, becoming more beautiful. People are trying to stop you. Your Sagittarians, fire signs, we're known to be very good looking. They're known to be very good looking, very charismatic. Okay, very cat like energy, resistance. So someone's trying to even maybe um, hold on to or do some sort of bondage spells regarding your beauty. You could be in the beauty industry, okay, or you could just like really like doing makeup, and that's your thing, babe. That's your thing. You could be really good at doing makeup, or you love wearing makeup, whatever. Time machine, yeah, another three. Let me read this one. Is this the deck? Yeah, I think this is the deck. Give me a second. Time machine, inherited patterns, conditioning lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. Exactly. It's like you're moving on, but you're not trapped there. Like I said, you've taken the roots with you. Cellular memory. But this is even cellular memory as I was tapping into the seven of your ancestry, of your cellular DNA, but your soul DNA. Okay, this isn't your blood DNA. Yes, there's remembrance and you know um, messages within our DNA, but this is on a more profound level. This is soul DNA, cellular DNA. You could even have a different blood type, RHN, I think it is, like the Anunnaki, and that's rare. That's a rare blood type to have. That means your ancestors are of Earth. Into me, I see the beauty. Exactly. So you're beginning to see yourself in a different light. This is exactly what I was saying. You're beginning to see who you are. And that's the irony. When you go through so much resistance and you become resilient for it, you become you become aware of who you are because of what everybody tried to do to you. You could be sitting there chilling, minding your own fucking business, and people are coming up to you, or people you don't even know attacking you, okay? Because you ended up, dating somebody that they were interested in, and you don't even know who this person is. Like, just as an example, right? But that's how powerful your presence is, Sag. But there's something that's unexpected that's aligning you to where you need to be, that's going to assist you on this path. There's something that's blooming, and I feel like it's something that you're working on. That's why there's this resist. Exactly. That's why there's this resistance card. And this is another eight. This is 26, which is eight. And then into me, I see is an eight. So we have eight, eight. So you could be seeing a lot of eights as well. So that's abundance, something that you're working on. Great big love, as soon as I said it. Or this could be resistant, great big love. Someone trying to resist their feelings for you, someone trying to resist how they feel for you. But this is a great big love. And they see what you see in yourself, or they're going to mirror back to you another seven. Take a deep breath. Heavy on the seven. 777. But that is oh, my computer's dead. I wanted to Google 777, but Google that. There's a message in it for you, okay, babe? But there's something that is blossoming. Now, this could be one of two things. This could be you realizing your path as to why you had to go through certain things, why the resistance in whatever it is that you're experiencing is for a greater purpose. And you're beginning to see who you are through the resistance of those around you, through the resistance of the governed, the narratives. I was going to say social platforms, social gatherings, community, whatever it may be, wherever that resistance is around you. Okay. But there's also, I feel, someone trying to have an upper hand in this love that's coming in for you, Sag. Let's clarify these cards for Saggy, Spirit. Let's clarify these cards for Saggy. Let me take a sip of my coffee, hon. Hold on. Yeah, I like a little bit of milk in my coffee, and I take it with a little bit of honey. Just like how people who eat meat like seasoning and salt, right? I try not to get too fixated. I don't know why I'm going off in this tangent, but I try not to get too fixated on um, what I eat, as long as it comes from a good place, a natural place, without suffering, without any additional additives, preservatives, chemicals, all that stuff. Resilience. Okay, I'm not going to take this because there's so many cards. Oh, there's three. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, okay, I got to take this now because it makes sense. The Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Wands, that's your interference, that's your resistance. Okay, the Five of Wands, people competing for your position, people competing for this love, people trying to interfere with whatever's coming in for you. Okay, people trying to interfere with how you perceive yourself. Even then, we have the Four of Pentacles, people trying to stop your foundation because they know the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and you're going to be on that right side of the wheel and they're not, and they're going to be stuck in the past, and you're going to be positioning and moving forward, Sag. Let's clarify the time machine for my Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Cross Watchers, North Node, wherever you have Sag. Three of Swords. Yeah, exactly. 12, 21 on the clock, another 333. And I said you could be seeing threes, okay? But because the time machine is 3 and you have the Three of Swords. So I feel like you've mastered something that broke your heart, that was here to chills. Wow. The Four of Cups, something that was meant to keep you in this position of regret, shame, defeat. They wanted you to feel defeated. Oh, bless them. Bless their little hearts. Bless their little evil hearts. Right? You just kind of laugh at it over time because it becomes comical. When you gain a position of power within yourself, Sag, because you see the beauty in everything. You see the highs, you see the lows, because you're a divine being. Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at those um, orbs that's around this being, okay? There's 7. This is giving Aquarius energy. The Star card. You're healing, you're aligning, you're stepping into your power, you're blossoming. And whatever was meant to hold you back couldn't. It was just part of the divine plan to make you more resilient, because you were designed for that. You were designed for whatever this Three of Swords, Four of Cups, Five of Wands was. You were designed for it. You were built for it. Right? And I know a lot of people on Earth, I know a lot of ancestry comes from Africa, right? Because the continents, and geographically speaking, weren't positioned as they are in today's day and age. Even 100 years, even 1,000 years, the world shifts, right? So, without getting too deep into it, people of the planet, people of the earth, and what I call people of the earth are black people. Okay. Um, People from Africa are original people, anyways, and I don't want to get too off topic, but they believe in blood type. That tells you your history, yes, on Earth, but you have a divine soul fingerprint, and that's what people try to um, take from you, to underestimate you, because that's harder to believe because there's no evidence, there's no scientific proof behind it, right? Because people um, try to have science as proof as something, okay? Because that's just how humanity is built. We need proof. We need proof to feel validated. We need proof to know that, yeah, it's working out. We need proof, like just for that reassurance, okay? We need to see things. But this is beyond the two visions. This is the insight. Into me, I see, like prophecy. Into me, I see your clairvoyance. This is your spiritual gifts, awakening, rising, becoming stronger. Starfishes could be significant. You can collect seashells. That could be significant. Okay. Um, but your proof is within you, and that's what you're attaining. This is what you've come to the realization, the beauty within you. Underneath the deck, we have the phoenix. Okay, so you're rising from the ashes. You've risen from something, and you've left people in disbelief about it. That's the beauty. Your metamorphosis, your transformation, how you've become more beautiful, seeing the beauty around you in the small things. Five of Swords. They try to, yeah, this is what I mean, the resistance. So we have five and another five here. They tried to take away your beauty. They tried to do beauty spells. They tried to drown you in your own shame and guilt, remorse. They tried to burden you with this Three of Swords. They wanted to leave. They wanted to leave you for dead, Sag. But they didn't take into account your spirit. You can't. You could measure blood, but you can't measure spirit. That is felt. That is seen with insight. Okay? You can't measure spirit. You could measure history within the DNA, of course, right? That's why you find bones, right? And those, I can't remember what they're called. Um, Clarify into me, I see spirit. Ten of Wands. You're unburdening yourself. You become the blacksmith now. You forged under the flame. The Nine of Swords. Wow, man, this is heavy energy, Sag. But I'm not getting that this is you. I'm getting this is what's been done to you or tried to be done to you. They try to keep you in this heavy burden with the Ten of Wands, try to keep you in this mental state of anguish, of lack, of feeling left out, but something unexpected is blossoming. Take a deep breath because something is gathering, something's about to change. A community, whatever you're working on, or something is about to blossom with this great big love. Wow, man, they did the most. Whoever I'm speaking to, they did the most to you. And you could have Earth DNA. Oh, paleontologists, right? Like that's why they dig bones, and then you're able to see through the bones and what have you. How old certain mummies are in Egypt, right? When they do things like that. That's why there's history within our body, within our blood cells. But let's not forget that we're spirits that come into this body that fulfill a mission. Not all of us. Okay, we're souls, we're beings, or the spirit of God made in the image of. But the body tells a history. Our DNA tells the history of Earth, but our souls are of another planet. And you can't measure that the way our DNA is measured, right? Justice, resistance, justice is coming in. That wheel of fortune, Libra energy. And Sag, here you are coming out, you're expanding, you're growing, you've grown. That's Jupiter energy. Jupiter expands what's already there. So they try to keep you in a state of lack so you wouldn't expand and you wouldn't grow, but you developed over time. And it's within your like genetic coding, your DNA or your divine soul blueprint that you evolve and become better in trialing times because that's what you were designed for. Let's clarify this great big love spirit for Sag. The Hangman, Piscean energy. Something that's going to set you free, a new perspective in love. The Eight of Wands, communication that's coming in. Someone wants to pounce on this opportunity because maybe they see you in a different light and now they want to come in and bring justice, or they see what's happening and they want to come in and offer this love because they want to come in and give some sort of protection. My God, look at that. The Five of Cups under the deck. Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. This is heavy energy. I don't know who you are, Sag, but they did the most to try to stop you from you opening up to your heart chakra, because the way you love changes it enlightens people. You when you are in a relationship with someone, you love with unconditional purity, and that brings people to the light. That brings justice to the resistance in the world on a global scale. And that's why they tried to keep you bound and imprisoned. They didn't want you to see your own beauty. So they tried to keep you in this mental mind fuck, if you will, and always this disbelief of who you are. Maybe because your genetic coding isn't scientifically proven. So they just try to keep you in this mental state. But how do you measure soul? How do you measure spirit? How do you measure the wind? Right? And the wind is spirit. And this goes beyond the scientific proof of the evolution of just the world, because you're here as a star seed to help develop new beliefs, to set people free. There's this great big love that's within you or that's coming towards you that's going to bring justice for this resistance in your life, and it's going to set you free. And this great big love could be something that's unexpected, that's blossoming already in your life. And you feel a sense of community. You feel a sense of belonging with this person, or even with their friends. You feel like a sense of community with their friends. You're going to get along. But whatever this exterior energy is, Sag, it's been very heavy. It hasn't been easy for you, my love, and I know this from my own experience. You're not alone. Confirmation. I just heard a bird chirping in the back. I really hope this recorded, and I hope that this finds you well wherever the day may find you. But new contracts are coming in. They try to resist this contract, this justice, because it's contracts, legalities, this soul contract of this great big love, because they know that when this love comes in, it's going to put you in a position to pounce forward even more than you already are individually or solo. And you're here to change the consciousness, the perception of how people keep themselves imprisoned in their own mind with their own thoughts. You see how there's this person just kind of meditating on this tree? So meditation could be significant, but I feel like you're meant to shine a light in the dark shadows of people's consciousness, and you're not meant to do it alone. Now, whether this is with a sense of community, again, like I touched on this, I touched on this energy before in another reading, but this is unexpected. This could even be unexpected help that's coming in, that's blossoming. And that could be this great big love, whether in a community or within an individual person. Cut the deck on the King of Wands, okay, Sag? You got this, man. You're a force, and you know it, and you know it. Start to see yourself through the image of God's eyes, and stop seeing yourself through the image of the projections of the narratives of society's eyes. Okay, you got this. Much love. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below.